Nibal Farsak is spokesperson with Palestine Red Crescent Society. She joins us live from Ramallah in the West Bank. Nibal, great to have you with us. Aid distribution delivered Saturday was a drop in the ocean. Explain to us the conditions that Gazans are living under and the humanitarian catastrophe that is unfolding.
So for the 16th day, Gaza has been under intense bombardment, whether residential buildings, homes, schools, hospitals, even places of worship have been under intense bombardment. The situation in Gaza is just heartbreaking and overwhelming. It can't even be described. 2 million Palestinians now are stuck either in their homes or in schools or even at hospitals where they take shelter without having food, water, and even without electricity. All those Palestinian civilians are in urgent need for every basic humanitarian need, which is only food and water. And this is literally what is happening. People now are spending days without having a piece of bread. As for the hospitals, unfortunately, hospitals are overwhelmed. They are working on full capacity. They start running out of medicine and medical supplies, as well as fuel, which is needed to have electricity because they are completely relying on backup generators to have electricity. On top of that, up to the moment, 7 hospitals went out of service, either due to the bombardment or because they ran out of supplies, as well as 24 medical centers went out of service. We have around 24 hospitals now under the threat of being bombed at any second due to the Israeli evacuation orders. One of them is our hospital, Al-Quds Hospital. We have received threatened to evacuate Al-Quds Hospital immediately because it's going to be bombarded. Up to yesterday,
Nibal, if I can just jump in, there.
20 trucks.
Nibal, if I can just jump in there,
Yes.
because you've hit on a point that I want to ask you about. Israel is calling on the evacuation of your hospital, Al-Quds Hospital. It obviously treats hundreds of patients. You have lodged 2 appeals to no avail. What is going to happen?
Yes, as you mentioned, we have a call on the international community for over a week to stop the evacuation order, simply because we don't have the means to evacuate our hospital. We have around 500 patients who are currently in the hospital, many in the intensive care unit. Most of the people in the intensive care unit, most of the patients are with critical injuries. They are children who were bombed due to Israeli bombardment. We don't have the means to evacuate them safely. If we are going to evacuate, that means the killing of the patients. Not only us, even the WHO have stated that evacuation orders for hospitals are impossible to implement, and they constitute a death penalty for patients.
Why is the IDF targeting your hospital?
As I said, not only our hospital, is around 24 hospitals in the targeted area where Israel has warned the people in Gaza and the north to evacuate themselves to the south. This decisions, evacuation orders, not only for Palestinian civilians, it also include hospitals, which are around 25 hospitals. Only one of them in the south. The rest 24 are in Gaza. And Israel has issued these evacuation orders, forcing hospitals to be evacuated from Gaza, which as I said, WHO, all international organizations, even us, have said repeatedly, we don't have the means to evacuate hospital. This is impossible, will risk the lives of our patients. Taking into consideration that at our hospital now, we have over 12,000 civilians. Most of them are children and women. Those who were unable to evacuate themselves to the south due to continuous bombardment, and there is no way for them to go because there is no transportation, complete destruction of the infrastructure and roads. So they just sought refuge to the nearest hospital. They came into our hospital as a safe shelter for them. But unfortunately, this is not the case because now we are under the threat of being bombed at any moment because of the continuous Israeli threats to bomb Al-Quds hospital, demanding immediate evacuation. We can't even do it. As a humanitarian organization, we can't put the lives of our patients into danger.